Howdy folks, welcome back to the farm. As you can see, we've got our cattle panels all up on our tomato plants. Excuse me. And it's early in the morning. The heat is on here now. I think it got to 94 yesterday. Heat index about 105. But you got to work in it, and all that rain we got's just the sun's just boiling it up and steaming it up, and I'm trying to work in the garden early because about noon it's unbearable out here. And so what we're going to do today, a couple of things. I want to show you what we're going to do with our tomatoes here. My buddy Jeff up in New Jersey has been having some problems with his tomatoes, and I want to show you a couple things how I'm going to tie these up to this cattle panel, number one. But number two, when we're doing that, we're going to do a little pruning. We call it suckering down here. You may call it something different. It's just pruning, but if you don't prune your tomatoes, you'll not have a real good crop. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'll show you how we're going to tie these up. And we got a 100-foot row to go, so we better get after it. The sun's come up and it's going to get hot. All right, first thing I want to show you is how to sucker these tomato plants. And what we're doing, what we mean by suckering, let me show you one here. You see this right here? This shoot coming up here? This is called a sucker. This is actually another tomato plant. And if you leave that on there, it's going to suck energy from your main stem where your tomatoes are up here. You can see we got some nice blooms here. But this is going to suck juice. It's going to suck energy that's coming up from the ground. We do have a tomato, by the way. But it'll zap your plant, and you won't get near the production out of your tomatoes. So what we're going to do, you can actually take this. What we're going to do is we're going to come down through here, and we're just going to pinch that off. Now, you can take that right there and stick it in the ground, and it will grow a tomato. In fact, I'll probably take one of these, and we'll do that, and I'll show you. You can grow a tomato out of that. That is a tomato plant. If you notice these little hairs on the, I don't know if you can see them or not. These little hairs, these are actually little roots coming out. Let me get it in the sun. Maybe you can see it down there. Yeah. These are actually little roots coming out, and this thing will take root and it'll grow a tomato. But there's one, if you look right down here, here's one that's starting right here. Go ahead and get that one. Now some of them down here at the bottom's already taken off, like this one right here. I'm going to leave that. Here's one coming on right here. Let me get over here where you can see. You want to pinch him off, because he's just going to suck energy out of your plant. Let me see what we got over here. I don't see any more on this plant. This is a good opportunity to check for the old hornworms. I don't see anything on these. Well, they smell good. I like the smell of fresh tomato. It's a wonderful thing. I love tomatoes. But anyway, that's a sucker. I'm going to go ahead. This right here is a sucker as well. I have to get my knife out after him. He's done hook hole pretty good. Let me get my knife out. And you can carry a little pair of scissors with you, whatever. Pruning shears, whatever you want to do. But we're just going to cut him off. Need to sharpen my knife. There would make you a real good tomato plant right there. That would be a good tomato plant. We may stick him in the dirt. But that's suckering. We call it suckering down here. I don't know what everybody else calls it. It's basically pruning. But those are suckers, and they will suck the energy right out of your plant, and it'll cut your production down immensely if you don't take those off. And I see another one down there on the bottom. Get him. Oh, there's another one, see? There's another one right there. If you don't get those off, you won't get near the tomato production that you would normally get. This is not a sucker. See this? This looks like a sucker. Whoops, sorry about that. This looks like a sucker, but see, he's actually not down in this groove right here, in the joint. So he'll be okay. But we're starting to get some blooms. Let me show you how we're going to tie these up, and we'll get going on this and get this done. All right, I think I had told you in a previous video that I bought a big bag of these clips. I actually bought 2 big bags of these. You can look in some of my previous videos. They're just, I bought these on Amazon. I think I bought, I don't know, 300 or 400 of them for 20 bucks. But what I liked about them is it doesn't cut your circulation off on your plant. We're gonna go ahead and clip this one right here, and you can see that's loose. This one we're going to put over here like this. You see, they just real easily clip together. Not a big thing. This one here, I wished I could have got them trained earlier, but I didn't, and we had all the rain. But basically, we're just going to go down through here and clip all these to the cattle panel and let them grow up the panel. That's what we want. I don't know if this is going to be any easier or what, but we're going to give it a try. There's a little sucker. No, that's not a sucker. We'll leave him. But anyway, let me get the camera and I'll show you the gist of it. All right, see what we did? We just tied him to this, which is already tied to the fence. And we just tied him to this main stem here, and he's got plenty of room to grow. He's got plenty of room, and he won't fall off over here on the ground and make a mess. So thought I'd throw that in